Hi folks, it's me Brian Suits from the Dark Secret Place, and I thought today we would do a little walkthrough of the challenges facing the Iraqis in Mosul. Currently the Iraqi army is advancing from the south to the north to Mosul, and they're being engaged out in the flat areas by ISIS guys with anti-tank missiles. The Iraqis use the M1 tank, and this is video from earlier today that ISIS uploaded of them engaging an Iraqi tank with a Concurse Soviet-made missile, Russian-made missile. It hits the back of the turret, and that's where the ammo is stored, and then it goes off like a Roman candle. Believe it or not, the M1 tank is actually designed to withstand this. There's what are called blowout panels, and the ammo is separated from the crew. So it wouldn't surprise me if the crew survived this. Because I've seen worse. I've seen M1s hit in a worse way. But anyway, the desert warfare is, relatively simple compared to what they're facing when they get into Mosul. In Mosul, it's a dense urban environment, and the difficulty in urban combat is that it's three-dimensionally. Out in the desert, effectively, it's two-dimensional because there's no real air war for the Iraqis going on. But in Mosul, it becomes a three-dimensional battlefield. Every building that's two or more stories potentially represents an entire platoon of 30, 40, 50 men to clear and then hold. So you have to literally go in every room and secure every roof, because tankers do not like cities. You can't take the city without going in there with tanks, but tankers do not like cities. That was my experience in Sadr City and Fallujah, because you see these roads, these side roads in the dense environment here are too narrow for a tank to go down and turn around. In some cases, they can't even rotate the turret around. And also the gun can't elevate to a high enough elevation to cover the roofs. So it's very, very intense combat, mentally and physically, for the troops involved. They have to be rotated frequently. You have to evacuate the wounded through this environment. If you've never been there, it's easy to get lost. Mosul is a primarily Sunni town, and even though it's Iraq, the majority of the Iraqi army guys have never been there. Maybe they were there once a long time ago, but they certainly don't know the city. So zooming out to see some of the other areas, just so you get sort of the scale of this. The Iraqis back in the summer took Ramadi and Fallujah, and they lost hundreds of guys in Fallujah. Fallujah, you see, is 1/10 the size of Mosul, and compared to Mosul, Fallujah has almost a linear street setup. You had long avenues of fire, etc. So the Iraqi army actually learned a really costly lesson this summer, and it is to go in there deliberately. Don't go running headlong in there with your militias and the whole thing. So I'll continue giving you video updates and analysis right here at the Dark Secret Place YouTube channel and on the KFI website. Thanks for sitting through edition number 1 of Brian's Video Diary.